Today, we're going through the Ingersoll Rand 2102 XPA 3/8 Mini Impact Wrench, so you can see what you actually get and whether it deserves a place in your setup. You will find a link to purchase this and other models at a discount in the description below the video. You can place your order right now. For technical reasons, you're seeing a clean screencast walkthrough instead of a classic bench unboxing. But that doesn't change the facts about how this tool behaves in real work.
Did you know that the best discounts on Amazon last only a few hours? That's why I launched 2 channels where I publish the highest discounts on Amazon products in real time every day. Follow the link in the description and subscribe to our Threads and Telegram channels right now to consistently save money on your everyday purchases.
On screen, you can see the 2102 XPA layout. This is a compact 3/8 pneumatic impact built for tight spaces around engines, under dashboards, and inside wheel wells where a full-size half-inch gun simply does not fit. The body is short and relatively light, with the mass centered around the grip, so it feels controlled rather than nose-heavy. If you've used cheap, bulky imports, this already feels like a step up. The key point is torque to size. The 2102 XPA is not meant to be your main lug nut killer, but for normal 3/8 work, it has more than enough punch. Think bracket bolts, small suspension hardware, pulley covers, transmission pans, accessory mounts, general assembly, and teardown. In practice, it saves time because you are not constantly swapping to a bigger gun or reaching for a breaker bar on every mildly stubborn fastener. Inside, the twin hammer mechanism is what gives it consistent, repeatable hits instead of that weak, fading feel you get from budget tools after a few months. With proper air pressure and hose size, it spools quickly, hits hard for its class, and stays fairly smooth. If your shop air is solid and you oil it, this thing usually just keeps going without drama. Control is another strong side. The variable speed trigger has a usable range, so you can ease into the torque instead of instantly hammering threads. The forward and reverse control is simple and reachable with one hand. For work on aluminum housings and more delicate assemblies, that control makes a difference. It can still over-tighten if you pin it wide open, so you still finish critical stuff with a torque wrench, but that is normal. Now to the parts people don't always mention. It is loud. This is an air impact, not a quiet cordless, so proper hearing protection is not optional. It also depends heavily on your air setup. Run it on a tiny compressor with long, thin hose and restrictive fittings, and it will feel weak. Many complaints about power come down to that. Compared to some newer compact or brushless cordless tools, it also doesn't look flashy on paper. And if you live fully in a cordless ecosystem, dragging a hose for a 3/8 might feel old. Build quality is solid for professional use. Decent materials, fasteners that don't strip instantly, and a housing that handles daily shop abuse better than low-end clones. Still, if you skip oiling, feed it dirty air, or throw it on concrete all day, it will eventually show it. This is not magic, it is just better built than the cheapest options. Price sits above entry-level air impacts, so if you only wrench a couple of times a year, it might be more than you need. But if you work on cars or equipment regularly and want a compact 3/8 gun you can rely on, the 2102 XPA makes sense and feels like a tool, not a disposable experiment. If this overview helped you decide whether the Ingersoll Rand 2102 XPA 3/8 Mini Impact Wrench fits your toolkit, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share your experience with this model in the comments.